It's hard to believe this picture is 1 year of progress, but consider this. Hurricane Michael left behind so much debris. Bay County has cleaned up enough to fill the entire Empire State Building, not once, but 12 times. Still, there's a long way to go. Parts of Mexico Beach look like they haven't been touched in a year. Not since Hurricane Michael swept through and took most of the city with it. Homes and businesses look abandoned. Inside this hurricane-ravaged restaurant, you'll still find table settings. Outside, it's beer bottles still spilling out onto the streets.
It's just been an uphill struggle all the way.
Those trying to rebuild Mexico Beach are hitting roadblocks.
The windows are brand new.
Bobby Pollock wants to repair his home, but he's fighting insurance and searching for contractors. Since the hurricane, he's been sleeping in an RV in his driveway.
The RV's great. I'm blessed to have it, but I want my house.
It would be easy to leave, but Bobby decided to stay and run for office.
I can think of no place else I want to live besides here.
Finding solutions for his hometown, as complicated as they might be.
All right, good.
Al Cathy owns the only hardware store in Mexico Beach, and he's also the mayor.
The process of rebuilding is much slower than I anticipated.
He says just removing all their hurricane debris would cost the city $60 million. Impossible to pay up front when your entire annual budget is just $3 million.
We have been hanging on by a thread, and we're at the point now that our bills have gotten to a point that we are entertaining borrowing money.
Without money in their reserves or much of a tax base, Mexico Beach is at the mercy of the federal government. FEMA reimburses communities for projects like debris removal, but it's a process that can take months or even years. When a city this small gets hit with a hurricane so large, Mayor Cathy thinks FEMA should adjust its policies to provide money up front and speed up recovery.
The word expedite is not in their vocabulary. They do not understand expedite.
It seems like their reimbursement formula is built for big cities.
No question.
FEMA told us they'd be able to sit down for an interview and discuss their reimbursement process for this story. Shortly before our interview date, they canceled. In a written statement, FEMA told us every disaster is different, but the delivery process for grant reimbursement remains consistent.
The one-size-fits-all federal model is not the solution.
Bay County Manager Bob Micah says the county borrowed $250 million of the $600 million they need to rebuild. FEMA has only paid about a quarter of that, leaving taxpayers on the hook for millions of dollars in interest.
I think one of the things that that I would like to see happen going forward is for FEMA to be given the authority to be more nimble and have more flexibility. Micah
says their biggest challenge is a housing crisis. The county estimates thousands of families are either homeless or in unstable housing, like Reed Garrett's.
We're still struggling. We're still very much not out of the woods, and we have a lot of people who are homeless, a lot of people who are struggling with mental health.
Their house is gutted, the foundation compromised, water still leaks inside, and his family is still fighting for insurance money. He says it's easy to feel like Bay County has been forgotten.
It wears you down, and it really takes a toll, and you just get down and get depressed.
The city just approved permits for 30 new buildings, but about 1,000 were lost in the storm. They still don't have a gas station, grocery store, or a fire station, but they're trying to focus on the future.
We're going to turn the page.
Watch yourself again.
Bobby Pollock is celebrating this anniversary by moving out of the RV and getting back in to his house.
Happy, happy, happy. It's been a long time coming. I never thought it would take this long, but it's good.
In Mexico Beach, Danielle Wass, CBS 12 News.